1.57. How do you say this without it sounding wrong? It should sound like a V12. You definitely can't hear it now, but when you close the doors, I mean, it feels like it's got such incredible sound isolation from the inside that when you close the doors, it feels like you're in your own private vacuum.
Goodbye. It's good, isn't it? You can't hear him.
Out of nowhere, you can hear Hans Zimmer just come in with some like subtle strings.
You drive?
No, you just get in, and as soon as you press start, this sort of concerto comes in very subtly. So the electric drivetrain in this is effectively what's in the Rolls Royce Spectre. It's cool in itself, isn't it? This is just design, it doesn't do anything. Maybe it diffuses light inside or something, I don't know. For the value, I mean, like full fat, I think this particular car is about 140 grand, which don't get me wrong, it's no small change. So we've just filmed a full sort of more in-depth walk and talk of the sort of top 10 features. You can check out the link to that below. But this thing, seriously, that's why we vlog. Long story short, if I press that screen will come on in there, and you can retract it away. Look, there you go. Goodbye. We're gonna go for a drive in it, but it's 544 horsepower, but it probably weighs about 2 tons. Whatever. It's not about that. It's about wafting along in luxury and serenity, accompanied by Hans Zimmer as you waft along Scottish Highlands. What about in there? Is that all right? So that awesome gentleman just there, bless him, has just pulled up right into the middle in his Honda. And he said, am I in your shot? And Yorkie went, a little bit. Yeah, and he goes, well, here's my keys, move it as you like. And walked off. Basically treated Yorkie like valet. There you go. Go on, Yorkie. This suits you, mate. This is great. Go on, this suits you. There you go. Where is he? He's just gone in there and said, oh, off you go, just park it somewhere else for me. This is absolutely amazing. Yorkie, you know that team car we've been on about?
It's good, it's good.
What's it look? It's got great travel and ride height. It's got loads of boot space. You like blue cars?
Yeah.
Right?
When it comes out.
There you go. Right, you've just moved the blue one.
Yeah.
What's happened?
Oh, look.
It's our fault.
It's
our fault, really. We should really park it somewhere else.
You like this car, do you?
We're just filming it. I actually think it's an interesting one. It's all electric, so we're going to take it for a drive shortly. But the technology in it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But actually, it's more about being driven in the back than actually driving it. There's a fold down 31-inch 8K screen that comes out of the roof.
When you need a rear view mirror, you use technology instead. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. All the best.
Thank you.
That's a cool colour.
Squeaky brakes. How amazing would it be if he actually just drove off in that M5 Comp right now? Let's just end the video there. What's this?
I wouldn't be driving. I was just sitting in the back, man. A couple of cans.
It's so cold, I can't articulate my own face. It has rear wheel steer. It's like a scene from a sketch, like a sketch show where there's someone trying their best to help you out, but actually it's just making a really annoying noise in the background and maneuvering it into every shot possible. Right, this is the ultimate test. We're gonna go for a good old drive-through. That's very important for a Starbucks drive-through is to get your colossal touchscreen down. Here we go, behold. This is gonna be the most elaborate flat white I've ever ordered. Thanks very much. Perfect, thank you. And what we can do here, look, close all. There's a theatre mode. Like it literally wraps everything around you, including the rear and the sunroof, and then makes the screen a lot easier to read. Yorkie! That's express luxury right there. That is cool. Are we ready? Listen to this. This is not in the edit. This is actually playing from the speakers. Are you ready? Also, look at this little button here. That's how you open the door. It's actually quite intuitive. You just sort of press on it and the door opens as you go. Quite cool. But there is a secondary option to open the door if you prefer a more conventional door handle. You've got to drive this thing. You're not going to believe the noises this thing makes.
Hans Zimmer!
No, I can't decide if it's utterly ridiculous or quite amazing. What I was saying when I was driving this a minute ago, when you put your throttle down, and this is, bear with me, it suits the sound of a black car just now. Hear it? Hear it?
Is that the throttle?
Yeah, that's the throttle.
That's what I'm saying. Mate, you're on the set of Batman. You're conducting your own thriller here.
It's like the opening scene to Batman when they're about to rob the bank.
I can't decide if it's incredible or ridiculous. Every season is a good season in Scotland, isn't it? Everything looks brilliant. Dylan's found the way to change the...
So you can pick it from here. So if you want to go into the theatre.
Okay. That's cool. And it drops the big screen.
Let's try sport.
Sport mode.
Oh, it just lowered.
Oh, it just lowered. I felt the lumbar come in.
Wow.
Driving.
Well, Expressive is changing all sorts of things in the car. Sunroof's opening. So we need to change these as we're driving so we can see what difference the throttle pedal makes.
That's why that graphic came up, Jimbo.
So that's the Expressive graphic.
yeah.
I know it's
That
letting
makes
me
sense now.
conduct with the throttle again.
There's all sorts of settings here, look.
Seat support for sporty driving. So is that like the thing in the S-Class where it lumbars you when you're going
I think
into a
so,
corner?
yeah. I mean, the sound of the snow crunching under the tyres is louder than the car. This place is stunning, look at this. One of the things I love the most about filming is the places it takes us. Generally, I wouldn't ever end up here, but we went to find a location that was beautiful to get the shot, and, well, here we are. It's somewhere beautiful to get the shot.
Is it four-wheel drive?
It is four-wheel drive, yeah. And it can do some super fancy torque vectoring because it's electric. It can actually allocate, if it wants to, 100% of power and torque to one wheel, if it wants to. Listen to it. Or rather, don't listen to it. Plays a tone. You hear that? So it plays an outside tone.
It's got me thinking about supercars. Like what super electric cars, what they're going to have to sound like.
They should sound like a V12. They should keep a V12, and that's what they should forever sound like. These things, electric all day, it suits it. I'm still not entirely sold on electric supercars yet. Go like that. YouTube face.
YouTuber in the wild.
Hey, this is really how it goes down. There are similarities to a Spectre. Like when you look at its silhouette, particularly the layout of the headlights, they're a very similar orientation to a Spectre.
Yeah, they are.
Of course, it literally shares the same drivetrain. There's probably some structural parameters they might have to adhere to because there's quite a lot of sharing. Right, so if we change to theatre mode, behold, everything closes. Everything, the rear window and the screen comes down, all in one hit. Now that is cool. Absolutely Baltic out there. I'm definitely going to need a spot of this. Oh, toasty. There's also a massage seat functionality. Look at this. There you go, look. Who needs the spa? Look how many options there are. Back training. That'll do. Look at the animation. That is decent. They have evolved massage seats so well over the years. That's actually doing a decent job. So, we found all of the different profiles. The pre-programmed Zimmer profiles. Zimmer frames. So Expressive is like full-on theatrical. What's Sport like?
Just like airplane.
Yeah, very different sound. Okay.
Then
What else
you've
have we
got relax.
Yeah. Puts it into like a cozy cave.
It also upshifted, so it's doing something to the...
So
I think it
relax
boosts
puts it
your comfort.
into a higher gear, probably softens off the suspension. How's it sound? Very different.
Yeah.
I've got a heated armrest. My elbow has never been cozier. This shot that I've got here is such an amazing example of how spacious and airy. I mean, the back of the seats looks like a prop from Star Wars. Look how much light there is in here. It doesn't stop there, by the way, just all the way down. So cool. Comments below the vlogs. This morning I started to like draft out a post. New video format gone live. It's not like an entirely new format, but historically we've done sort of dedicated pieces which are a bit more produced on a certain subject. So like a first drive review is exactly that. There's nothing outside of us talking about the car and the drive on that day. But the vlog style is everything that kind of happened as part of that shoot, off camera, behind the scenes. And I just wanted to know, does anyone want to know, should we put title and then bar vlog? Or do we just use titles as they are? Take the M3 Touring, for example. We got 2 videos out of that one day. One was a walk and talk and first look of the car. It was like a very produced segment on that car. And then we got another like 26-minute video out of like everything else that happened on that day, including deep fried Mars bars, which seemed to go down well. But I didn't put on there like bar vlog. I put what really happened on that day. Do you want to know that it's a vlog, or do we just roll with titles and what you click is what you get? Alright, seamless transition to the evening. Look at the display and the environment in sport mode on this thing. And check out the sound. Are we ready? This is sport mode. Sounds like an aeroplane. Sounds cool. Right, so if we press the button down here to my mode, this brings up all of the options, and then expressive, which I think is by far and away the most elaborate of sounds. Ready? I could easily be but you'd be entirely forgiven for thinking that we've added special effects in the edit. That is not special. That is actually coming from the car. You ready? Airplane mode. What you can't tell on camera, when you put it into sport, the bolsters on the seats pinch in on you and like focus you a bit more on driving. That's quite cool. Efficient. There you go. Instrument cluster goes all sort of turquoise and eco-y. Ooh, look at the dash. Ooh, turquoise dash. That's cool. Now, ooh, relax. Have you noticed it changes with the time of the day? Relax earlier was desert in the daytime, and now it knows, based on I guess its clock, maybe ambient light.
You only get 7 for $1 million.
If Hans wants to conduct another 7, I do you discount 1.9. What? It's so strange. It's like a keyboard on your phone. Look at the lights swirling their way through the panoramic sunroof. That's actually a stunning detail. Very cool. If we wanted to go from here in Scotland to say Logic, okay, say it's like a 5-hour drive, maybe a 6 or 7 hour drive, because you're gonna have to do 2 full charges. I can't get on board with that yet. And yet, this platform is so good for like cross-continental cruising. Commuting, not driving. Let's not get these things mixed up. The difference between a commute and a drive are very different things. Happy to commute in an electric car, but when I want to go for a drive, that's when I need an internal combustion engine to set my arse on fire. It goes dark early here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, that's 4 o'clock for you. 4 o'clock. I can't wait for the clocks to go forward, so that's going to be exciting. Keys to the M3 dropped off. Keys to the i7 dropped off. I'm still scratching my head over that one. I think it's a talking point, that's for sure. I'm next person I bump into, I'm like, mate, you seen that i7? I will speak about it. It'll be interesting to see the feedback it gets, because the sound is so funny. I like it, but I also like the ability to be able to switch it off, which we found out later on you can, and adjust it 7 different ways. But, anyway, battered Mars man.